Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Beer Review. So today we're back to supermarket beers today. I just fancied, the wife says, I'm going to Sainsbury's, do you want anything? And I just fancied, so it's room temperature. I just fancied an old friend to drink it. A beer I consider as an old friend. I'll be careful what you say there. But you know what I mean. So Blandford Fly. I originally know this as Blandford Fly. Badger Beers did do some dandruff or what. Did some reorganisation of names a few years ago. Poacher's Choice became Cranbourne Poacher. Blandford Fly became Blandford Fly. Why? God knows. I suppose it's only that Wraggys Beer Reviews being Wraggys Craft Beer Reviews, or Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits Reviews, which was a bit overly long, to Wraggys Beer Reviews. I am tempted to just put Raggy, the beer reviewer. The beer reviewer. But hey ho, I don't just review beers, so, or Raggy the reviewer, but so yeah, Blandford Fly, sweet and spicy, golden ale. I always thought it was dark. I don't remember it being golden. I thought it was a dark ginger beer. So don't take our word for it. Ask any fisherman and they'll attest. It's not only the trickle of trout that bites on the tranquil river stow at Blandford. Should you wade these waters on a warm summer's night, beware the infamous Blandford fly, whose bothersome bite can be soothed with a spicy slash fresh ginger. A unique sweet and spicy golden ale, refreshing different ginger tastes, is offset with hints of sweet toffee. 5.2%. So, the reason for drinking this is, it's like a trip down memory lane with a great beer. And also, yeah. And also the ability to have a chat. Not overly worry about the beer review, but a chat. I always thought it was darker. Am I thinking about old Tom with ginger? Maybe I am. And like I say, ginger bursting through. I'm a massive fan of ginger beer. It goes without a shadow of a doubt that ginger is one of my absolutely favourite varieties to brew and drink. So as we can see, yeah, golden pour, white haired. I always thought it was darker. Did it used to be darker? I always thought it was a darker. I know it was a ginger beer, but has Badger's Blandford Flyer changed over the years? Has Badger's, fuck's sakes, 1 minute. Has Badger Beer's Blandford Flyer changed over the years? Yeah, strange. I always thought it was a dark beer with ginger. And obviously that's just golden. Okay. Oh well. is what it is anyway. Ain't going to change, is it? Maybe it just looks dark in a certain light. Lovely ginger nose on this anyway, nonetheless. I could have sworn it was blooming darker. Malty, ginger, slightly biscuity. Oh. And like I say, it's like reliving your past beer life. And I know some channels are all about craft beers, and well, they say they are, and then they review all the supermarket stuff to get the, you know. I'm still flummoxed. I still thought this was darker than that. Could have sworn it was. I thought it was dark and malty. I mean, like I say, I know Old Tom and Ginger is that. Might have to look back at some of my old reviews. I've reviewed this once or twice on the channel, so I know I've reviewed it before. Interesting. Interesting nonetheless. So, it's been a wet week. Jesus Christ. I've just spent 2 days. Monday was brilliant. Beautiful day at work. I was kneeling down, hand weeding beds, picking out nettles and all sorts of bloody horrible weeds, and actually putting them straight into the bins to be took to the tip and either burnt, because perennial weeds, you never ever want to put perennial weeds on a compost heap for obvious reasons. They just keep on growing. Like nettles, you put if nettles get into your compost heap, that's it, you've bobbed it. So yeah, I'm getting rid of them like that. Dock, nettles, brambles, and other similar sorts of bloody weeds that are a pain in the arse to get rid of. So they've all gone in the bin. I would burn them, but I haven't got any stuff to burn at the moment, so the bin's the best place. But yeah, Monday, fantastic, sunny all day, brilliant. You know, for your mental health, the sun is amazing at times. Unless you work in a place that brings. When I worked at the Arboretum, the sun would bring all the idiots out to play. It'd bring students on, boys and girls, and girls in bikinis and boys doing whatever boys do, and it'd bring the element on, the rough element that would want to make off with the student girls. The funny thing is, the student girls normally kept student lads, but that was the funny thing on that side of things. And then it'd also bring on flashers, perverts, and all sorts of unsavoury characters. I don't see any of that now, funnily enough. And it's strange. It's a strange world at times, because I literally see in a day, especially when there's nobody at work, you can count on your fingers people I see. And that's even if you count all your fingers. Sometimes it's just that one. Who knew? Me. Now look in the mirror. Tuesday and Wednesday, I've been over at the Newark site. Over there, doing the secret garden and the kitchen garden, putting hedges in so that you have to walk round the edges when they grow. You walk round the edges to enter the gardens, so it will be hopefully hidden from public view. You know, literally 5 foot up, or even 4 foot, and at least I can sit on the bench, have a chill cup of coffee, and think, yeah, yeah. But we're looking at 2 or 3 years of growth there. On a good year, if we have a good wet and warm year this year, wet and warm, not just bloody warm, 2 years of growth is plenty, because once they get in, plants really do grow quick in optimal conditions. That's why nurseries, greenhouses and nurseries can grow stuff that is 10 times better than what you can, because they've got all the optimal growth patterns. And then when you get it home, put it in your own garden, fucking die, because you're not growing it in them same optimal conditions. The plant gets in your garden, thinks, what the fuck's this soil? And you've overwatered me, you twat. Or you've underwatered me. And so on and so forth. Still tasting lovely. Lovely beer. I always thought it was darker. I will look back on my reviews and because I'm absolutely convinced it was darker. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's Old Tom that was darker, because Old Tom with ginger, and this is like midway house between that. And Krabby's is obviously lighter. I still think it was darker. Maybe wrong. I may be wrong. I'm often wrong, so it's not a new thing. Yeah. When I argue with the wife, well, not really argue, but we have conversations, and she says something, and most of the time I'm wrong. Even when I'm right, I'm wrong. And when I know I'm right, I'm wrong. And it is that thing where you think, is it worth even bothering? Because you're wrong. Yeah. Yeah. 6 + 6 is 12. No, you're wrong. No, it's not 12. Fucking is. No, it's not. It's not. It's all good fun, isn't it? So, today is Wednesday. I might actually upload this straight away and bash it on the internet. Just so people get to see a review that's on the right day. Put it on about 8:30 or something. If I can get it to upload quick enough. It is literally 7:45 now. So as long as I'm not too long, 5 minutes or so, we'll keep it to that and try and upload it and process it, because you've got to upload, you've got to process. And luckily today's processing is mega fast. In the old days, shit. Processing was shit crap. And this is why I use mobile phones to do all my internet work. I don't use cameras and these expensive GoPros and all this stuff. Yeah, it's all right using them, but bloody hell, one, the cost of them, and then the processing time is ridiculous. I used to use a camcorder, and you're uploading like 10 gigs of data, and that 10 gigs of data is then got to be processed, and it just takes an age. And it's one reason why I used to do live, even if they're not live beer reviews. And that was another reason for it being slightly pixelated and all that bollocks. These days, I tend now, I've got into the habit now, and I've got into the habit for quite a while now, of pre-uploading the reviews again, but using phone. And this phone in front of me, the new Google Pixel phone, which has got a great resolution. So the beer reviews, no one's complained about a beer review for a long while, which is great. It breaks my heart when the beer review shit. And I get people saying, can't say it. When I'm in a pub, it's a different kettle of fish. And then the same picture quality is crap. And it's like, oh. And it does, it's funny how little things can really, what's the word, needle you. And having anxiety and that, it's those things that really play on me. Instead of just thinking, oh, fuck it, well, I can't do it about it. That is what it is, And I take it to heart. So I think that was one of the reasons why I kicked all the lives to the curb for a long time, because I was so fucking fed up. Every time I did a live, the complaints coming in, and it was like, I can't do it. I literally can't be bothered to suffer and to put people through a shit experience. Obviously, it's better now. I seem to have come to a balance. I just need to get back into the habit. The habits. That's the hard thing sometimes. It's the habit. I got out the habit. I tried to get back into the habit. And then Guinness and Guinness fucking Nitro came along. And some of the comments that came in, rightly or wrongly, you know, people have got good points of views, you know. I can't really slag off people's comments because I just don't agree that Guinness Nitro Surge is any better than, you know, a Guinness draft from the pub. Fucking in for sure. And there's not that much difference between Guinness in the can and that Guinness. And all these connoisseurs may disagree, but fucking hell, I've drank enough Guinness over the years. I've drank it in Ireland, Northern Ireland, UK, in many, many pubs. I've drank a hell of a lot of Guinness. And it's funny when people slag you off and it's like, I've fucking done the same as you. And yeah. And then you think, okay, yeah, is what it is. It's Guinness. Still mass-produced stout that will never lose its place as the March the 17th beer. We know that. But there are a lot better stouts out there than Guinness. And that's the end of that conversation. Cheers. I mean, I think Brewdog's Black Heart is better than Guinness. Probably not better than Guinness West Indies Porter or Guinness Foreign Extra. No, probably not. Standard Guinness, yeah, it is. It's got flavour, it's got aroma, yeah. And it's funny, I've seen other beer reviewers' comments on the fucking subject, and you know, nothing is ever going to replace Guinness because it's a cultural icon. You ain't going to replace Guinness as that March the 17th. They're too big a company to replace. You'd have to have some marketing scheme to fuck them off. It may well happen someday. Somebody else who's got a lot of money will do it. Diageo, who own the Guinness and Baileys and other so many spirit brands, will not let that happen. Yeah. Brewdog are a little pissy fish compared to the whale that is Diageo. Yeah. Brewdog may think they're big and a macro brewery, but yeah, they're small fry on the grand stage of the world stage of spirits, beers, and whatnot. And they're still a big company nowadays, you know. Don't get me wrong. So wow, I'm feeling knackered. The beer's obviously affecting me now because I'm feeling really tired and sleepy. I'm chilled, slightly anyway. So, October this year, the Wraggys Beer Review train car, is going to Poole in Dorset. Dorset, the home of Badger Beers. And I'm really looking forward to tasting some Badger Beer on cask. It's funny because some of these mega breweries that produce a lot of bottled beer don't actually produce a lot of stuff on cask. That's amazing. Whereas you'd think that the bottled operation was a small part of it, a lot of these breweries, it's the biggest part of it, and only a little bit goes out on cask. It's quite stunning in that respect. Yeah, looking forward to going down. Definitely want to go to the brewery, Badger Brewery, while I'm down there and walking incognito as I always do. I can't do it with my mates in Nottingham because I walk into their pubs and breweries and they're fucking, you can't get away with it, you know. But I can't even walk into some pubs without somebody saying, "I know who you are." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" But down that part of the world, no one's gonna, no one will have even heard of Wraggys Beer Reviews, so that's all good. Unless they're one of these people who actually watch beer reviews, But in any case, a fantastic ginger beer. I could have sworn it was darker back in the day. I don't know why that. I just thought it was a darker beer. I thought it was a blend of ginger and dark beer. I really am. Still, a great tasting ginger beer, nonetheless. Thoroughly enjoyed it. For me, for those who've come for an actual, some sort of review, and I'll do that. So I'll put this on and I'll do it on my phone, and just so there's a short ginger beer review. So I'll put my camera on, although this phone's shit anyway, to be fair. So here we go. Put video on, and look at that. There's my phone. Hello and welcome to Wraggys Beer Reviews. So today reviewing Blandford Fly, a quick 1 minute review. 5.2%. It is a golden ginger beer with a white head. Good carbonation on there. Obviously ginger on the nose. There's a maltiness that I can get on the nose as well. So it's like a normal beer with ginger in, basically. Yeah. Obviously, ginger. Ginger is a king of flavours and aromas. It will transcend over other flavours. But for me, a great beer. Out of 5 for me, certainly a good 4.4 out of 5, as I love ginger beers. Cheers all. And there you go. That's a Wraggy Beer Review, and me doing a short beer review on the Wraggy Beer Review. That'll get more views, but that's the world of beer reviews. Cheers all.